Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours in Crypto. Let's get right into today's doubleheader. This is monumental. David Schwartz, aka Joel Katz, the man who helped code the XRP ledger, and he's been the CTO at Ripple for more than a decade. He just came out on Twitter and said he's stepping back from his day-to-day role at the end of this year. I'll leave the tweet in the description down below so you guys can go ahead and check it out and read it for yourselves, but I'm going to summarize it, and I'm going to tell you something that is going to get you thinking, and I want your opinions in the comments down below because the timing of this is remarkable. Remember Arthur Brito? He came out June 23rd, 2025 with this tweet and disappeared again. And now you have David a couple months later coming out and saying he is stepping, down from his day-to-day role. Remember, David came, from consulting at the NSA, and he was there at the earliest stages of Bitcoin. And then he built XRP with Arthur Brito, Jet McCaleb, and Chris Larson. David has been in the room since the beginning, 13 years at Ripple. And they have been creating something called the Internet of Value. And you guys all know how the Internet of Value, that's what they go by now. But you do know that Ripple has created that. And now he's stepping back just as the entire financial system is reaching its boiling point. Just as banks are running pilots, tokenized treasuries are going live, stablecoins are about to start scaling, and XRP utility is about to be tested like never before. Remember, Ripple just came out and they announced that they're going to be working alongside BlackRock and VanEck. And they also said that they're going to be working alongside Franklin Templeton and DBS. These are multi-trillion-dollar companies, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. But David did say that he's not disappearing. He is going to be here at Ripple's board of directors, okay? So that means his voice and his vision will still guide Ripple's future. But instead of his daily grind, he's moving into a bigger picture role, focusing on strategy and community. This is huge, okay? This is very, very big, and the timing of this is just remarkable because you may ask yourself, why now, right? Well, guess what? Because the foundation is finished. Ripple has weathered the storm. Regulatory clarity is here. The leadership team is in place. The rails have been built. And the system is getting ready to scale. Think about the individuals that are with Ripple, right? Ex-CFO of Amazon, Rosie Rios, Sandy O'Connor, Susan Athley, Ashish Birla, many more. I could keep going. This is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? And the timing is unreal because now this really gets me thinking on, obviously David's not going to disappear and forget about the XRP ledger, XRP and all that stuff. He's still going to be here, and he's still here. He's not going anywhere until the end of the year. He's officially stepping down at the end of the year. So we have now until December 31st, 2025. So less than 90 days.
Talk to me from your standpoint, from building Ripple for so long, from going through the ups and downs at Ripple, being here today, what it means for you.
It's tremendously exciting. I feel like we really are on the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies.
It feels like the floodgates are going to open this year, doesn't it?
I feel like we really are on the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies. I think this is also like one of the key obstacles to mass retail adoption. A lot of people in the space previously thought that retail adoption was like the big wave. But I think institutional adoption is a precursor. You have to connect to where people are. You have to go to where the value is. You can't build a new financial system from zero, ignoring the existing financial system where everybody's money is, where all the value is, where the real world is, trillions of dollars in value. You can't just say, oh, forget about all that. Let's just build something new over here. That doesn't work. And so I think this wave of institutional adoption over the next year or two is going to be what's going to pave the way for mass retail adoption. And then we can deliver on those promises. Like we all want want to bank the unbanked, but like the unbanked, like they have to be able to spend their money to buy groceries and pay their phone bill, and so we have to have that institutional connectivity. And I don't think there are any obstacles. I think that's and I think this conference shows that, moving value from one place to another, and then of course the XRP ledger adding DeFi capability. That's not the sort of the first generation of DeFi capability was very experimental, and it was looking for like absurdly high yield. It was gambling, let's be honest, it was gambling. That's cool, like that attracts people. Vegas was built on gambling, right? But like the next wave of real utility is going to be built around things that are much less interesting. A savings account is not super interesting. It doesn't provide high yield, it doesn't have high risk. You don't check the balance of your savings account every day, but it has real world utility. And I think that avenue of real world utility that Ripple's leaned hard into is the tokenization of real world assets, from very useful financial products all the way to things like venture capital and real estate and that whole spectrum.
Companies like Ripple are trying to build Wall Street 2.0, a new system built on more modern technologies with more modern capabilities. We're going to have to chip away at the obstacles that are preventing the type of interoperability, 24/7 access that we'd like to see. Companies like Ripple have been working on building interoperability with existing legacy systems so that we can meet our customers where they are, and we can, start to transform the financial system into something that works better.
I mean, if that little video montage doesn't get you nice and hard, I don't know what is, okay? But here's the thing. I know people say I sound like a broken record, but you already know what I'm about to say. This broken record is about to go platinum. So time is going to settle everything. David's stepping down. Not yet. At the end of the year, he's done, but he's going to be on the board of directors. Means a lot. Okay, and you just heard David say a few things along with Monica Long, the president at Ripple, and I'll let you decide what you think is going to happen in the coming few months in crypto, okay? Because it is going to be a rapid move. Like when these institutions come in, they're going to set a new foundation in this whole crypto ecosystem. I want to make that very clear. Right now, the markets are not too volatile, and we are ranging anywhere between $3.5 trillion to $4 trillion. When institutions come, this whole ecosystem is going to grow by a couple of $1 trillion. And once these institutions come in, and in my opinion, by the end of this year, we should at least add over $2 trillion to market cap. So we should be sitting well above $6 trillion. That $2 trillion addition, again, I'm being very conservative, is going to flow into the assets that are actually being used in the real world economy. And in tomorrow's episode, I'm really going to explain that to you because I know many of you guys don't understand it. And no one's really going to break it down like I'm going to break it down in tomorrow's episode. Because when you talk about tokenizing something, okay, you talk about $100 trillion being tokenized, but what does that mean for the crypto ecosystem? How does $100 trillion being tokenized of real world assets have an effect for XRP, Axelar, Ondo, all these digital assets, right? Like what makes those assets rise in value once these tokenizations come place, right? So we really got to break it down. So go ahead and smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Doubleheader. Let me know if you guys are ready for tomorrow's episode because the breakdown is needed. Okay, remember, we're all going through an educational phase. Okay, please understand that. Nobody went to university for this. Now they are. Okay, so the individuals that have been following this channel for a very long time, we have been going to crypto university and following the same documents that they read. Literally, like the World Bank, the IMF, the WEF, the same documents that they read, we have been stalking them ever since. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this doubleheader. I cannot believe David is stepping down, but it is what it is. After 13 years, I mean, it's soon to be expected, and I expect also Brad Garlinghouse soon to step down, and Monica Long might be the CEO. Okay, so again, your thoughts in the comments down below. This is huge. This is huge. Okay, this is very, very big.
When you talk about that, the first thing, A+ talent is attracted to A+ places, right? And we all have seen that, right? Like, I mean, there's these mafias that have been created over the years, and you want to work with other really smart people.
Of a once-in-a-lifetime shift.
A+ talent is attracted to A+ places.
Up this morning, check my bags on the chain. XRPL still humming while the FUD folks complain. Ripple fighting Goliath, yeah, the SSA's game. But Johnny D and Hogan, they're bringing the flame. So we salute to the rebels in suits, to the coders and hodlers wearing dusty old boots. Raise a toast to the ledger and the lawyers who bite, while taco stand dumps through the middle of the night. Damn, Jed, can you chill? Brad G's on the mic saying clarity now, while Schwartz codes the stars with the hologram cow watch. The haters keep chirping, but the people ain't blind. This ain't some mean dream, it's the internet's spine. Regulators stalling, but the clock's ticking fast. Ripple drops the case like a baseline blast. Communities united from Twitter to the street. We meme through the madness and never admit defeat. Yeah, we salute to the devs and the geeks, to the ledger that clears in seconds, not weeks. To D, to Hogan, to legal delight, and the salty old taco that just loves to spite. Hey Jed, you done yet? Or you got another dump scheduled for lunch? So here's to the warriors, the freaks, and the fans, waving salute tokens like battle flags in hand. It ain't just about coins, it's a movement, a pact. We defend what we build, and we're taking it back. Come on, salute to the ones in the fight, to the token that laughs in regulatory spite, to Schwartz, Brad, and the ones still believing, even while taco stands always leaving. So strong, one for Ripple, one for XRP, and raise your guitar for decentralized dreams. This song's for the ledger, the truth and the proof. With a smile and a nod, we say salute.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.